Hello students, I am PK sir, and today I am uploading the second part of the United Nations chapter. Okay, so let's start the chapter. So we'll start with the Security Councils. As you all know, it is the more powerful organs of the United Nations. And after 1945, it was formed to maintain the international peace and restore peace if a war broke out. Or suppose if any kind of threat is found between the countries or among the countries, definitely then Security Council will take the decisions, and everyone have to abide by the rules and regulations. Generally, the Security Council has 15 members, and five of them, have permanent seats: United States of America, United Kingdom, France, Russia, and China. And for the permanent members, they have the power to veto or overruled any majority resolution. That means, suppose something is going to be wrong around the world, then four permanent countries are agreed, but one permanent country is disagree. Then decision will not be taken. So that means it obviously good for the world, good for the security. And the rest 10 members are elected for every 2 years actually. It has been written in on this page every years it will be 2 years, and India almost chosen every 2 years as the members among 15th countries. Got it? Now coming to the secretariat. Secretariat means who are working in the United Nations, the ministers, the officers, including the head, or you can say presidents. They all are known as the secretariat. These all. Okay, so the secretariat comprise the UN secretary generals. Who is secretary general? Who actually conducting the meetings? Who is taking the decisions on behalf of the United Nations? Okay, in the United Nations headquarters, which is situated right now, it is in the New York. You can see that the image of the headquarters of the United Nations. And these secretary generals is the chief administrative officers of the United Nations. He or she will take the decisions with the help of the votings of the 193 members, right? And all the staffs who are working at the secretariat, they are hired international. That means from any country, any people who have good qualities and good everything, so they can be selected as officers. And you know they work at stations all over the world. That means United Nations offices, quarters. Okay, you can find out in every parts of the world. So they can be, you know, transferred from one places to another places. And this secretariat have five regional commissions. And right now, the present Secretary General is Antonio Guterres. He is he has selected for 5 years from 2017 onwards. That means in the next year, new Secretary General will be chosen. And the news is coming that maybe from India, anyone can be chosen. Now, we'll talk about the Social and Economic Councils, the ecosoc. Actually, it is the main body of the United Nations for the responsible for coordinations, policy dialogue, policy review, recommendation on social, economical, environmental issues, and they also implemented different kind of international agreement on developmental goals. That means different kind of works doing by these ecosoc organs of the United Nations. Okay, and these ecosoc organizations or organ, presidency, that means organize the meeting for 1 year, and the headquarters of the ecosoc also it is in the New York, and it has several agencies, or you can say the organization. That means ecosoc has the several agencies or the organization like FAO, UNESCO, UNICEF, ILO, etc. They are working under the leadership of the ecosoc. And right now, ecosoc has the 15 members, and they are also elected from the general assemblies. Okay, and it is the United Nations pivotal platforms for reflection, debate, innovation, thinkings on sustainable development. Sustainable development means not to harm the environment, and development can be taken. It is called the sustainable development. For it, now coming to the special agencies. Some special agencies are present, as you all know. So these special agencies, of the United Nations is carried out by, this department, and they deal about everything like, food, educations, environment, everything. And members countries of these special agencies, or you can say the general assemblies, actually pay for the work of these agencies. Richer nations pay more, like, United, that like the America pay 40% of total amounts of the special agencies. And because of this paying, African nations getting educations, getting, foods or something like that. Now we'll talk about the United Nations Children's Fund. It is called the UNICEF. It is a very popular name, and these organizations actually works to protect the children all around the world who is very poor, or who are very poor, who, don't have any money or currencies, like in the African nations countries. This UNICEF, or United Nations, working for those children, and UNICEF providing foods, cloth, medicines, okay, to the children in the countries. Or if any kind of disease outbreak, this UNICEF also supplying the vaccines, like, Zika virus or Ebola virus. So, their basic of their work is United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Children. That means they are all talking about the children's protections. They are talking about the education up to 14 years. They have given the order to every countries that up to 14 years, every children have to get the minimum educations from the government. Okay, they conduct the programs for ensuring foods, health, and educations. Followed. Now coming to the another one organizations, UNESCO. It is one of the very popular organizations of the United Nations. The full form: United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organizations. Actually, they focus on, quality education for all the people around the world and lifelong learning. And this United UNESCO was, established by the United Nations in the year of 1946. They, mobilize encouraging the scientific knowledge and policy for the sustainable development. I mean to say, not to harm the environment, and development can be taken. Okay, even they also, taking responsibility and doing work in the emerging and social and ethical challenges. Even they are working in the field of foresting, cultural diversity, or intercultural dialogues, or cultures of the peace. Okay, or they also included the inclusive educations in the societies, so that everyone can know the importance of the education, everyone can know the importance of the environment, education can know the importance of the history. So that's why every kind of heritage place is, given authorizations by the UNESCO. Like in India, we have 40 World Heritage Sites, as you all know. Understood? So thank you very much. I'm ending this video lessons for today, and next day we'll finish this chapter. And if you have any problem, definitely you can contact me.